top G. When you're competent, your ego will come automatically because you've proven to yourself and to the world that you're competent in all scenarios. You asked me what a top G was. A top G is my father's quote: "My unmatched perspicacity, coupled with sheer indefatigability, makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor." Do you know what perspicacity means?
No.
The ability to perceive, to be perceptive. Do you know what indefatigability means?
Yes.
No.
The inability to become tired. So the point is, my sheer perspicacity, or my unmatched perspicacity, so the fact that my ability to perceive things, to look around me and to notice things is unmatched, coupled with sheer indefatigability, my ability to never become tired, makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. It's a very, very important quote, because what he's saying is, if you can look around and perceive and pay attention and notice things and never become tired, never become lazy, and always work hard, you will be a feared opponent in all realms. When you say top G, the reason I call myself top G is because if you name anything, maybe not Fortnite yet, but if you name nearly anything and they tell you you're going to be competing against Tate, people will be intimidated. You're going to go to the racetrack and you got a Lambo and you're racing a guy. Who am I racing? Tate. You're going to be like, You're going to box. You're boxing Tate. You're going to go try and get a girl, but the other guy trying to get the girl is Tate. You're going to, doesn't matter what it is. You named the scenario. If you're up against me, part of you is going to be like, oh, not him. Is there anyone else? That's top G. There's something that comes with it because it's competence in all realms. Both of you only currently have competence in one realm, the digital realm.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't have competence anywhere else.
Yeah.
And that's your problem, and that's your fault.
Okay,
so I
so
gotta work on that.
yeah.
Right. I have kind of an off-topic question, but like, do you think that like society has gotten like really soft and everyone is like pussies nowadays? And how can we like revert that if it has gotten soft?
A lot of people, yeah, I agree.
I feel like everyone's gotten like really soft.
Yeah, in certain parts of the world, it certainly has. Yeah, but don't worry, the world has balance, and the universe has natural balance, so the universe will fix itself. You can't have a society full of pussies before bad things happen. Bad things are going to come. Maybe not yet. Maybe not this generation. Maybe not your generation. Maybe it'll be your children. But as men grow up scared of chicks, pussies, smoking weed, semi-depressed, playing video games all the time, sooner or later, as society breaks down, because that's what's going to happen without a masculine backbone, as crime gets out of control, as things get crazy, as other countries become more competitive, as America loses its edge as the most prosperous country, things are going to get very, very hard again. And then the only people who are going to survive in the hard times are strong men. I don't know if you've heard that saying. Strong men create good times create weak men create hard times create strong men. It's cyclical. This is how it goes. Look at the fall of the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
I'm sure neither of you have a clue because you're too busy playing fucking Fortnite.
No, I dropped out of school.
Okay, cool. Well, if you knew anything about history, you'd know that the Roman Empire was the most powerful empire. Everyone was winning. Everything was fine. And then guess what? Life became easy and society became soft. Because that's what happens when life's too easy. When you win all the time and now you have this huge empire, it becomes very much like America is now. You had a bunch of young men your age back then. They weren't playing video games. Fuck knows what they were doing, but they weren't being soldiers. They weren't being strong. They're fucking around until the barbarians turn up and now there's no one to defend the society. Then Rome gets set on fire and the whole place gets ransacked. This is why empires don't last very long. Because at the height of their decadence, they collapse. This is where we are in the West now. We're at the height of our decadence where we have young men who should be strong and battle ready who are not. Many parts of the world are not like this, but the West is. And the empire falls. And when the empire falls, the only people who survive are the strong men, and it goes back again. So it's a circle, cyclical. We're at the end of the cycle. So yes, everyone's a pussy now, but it will not last forever because it's not how humanity functions.
So you think humanity is going to revert to what it was before, a long time ago?
I think, no, it's not about reverting to a thing a long time ago. I'm thinking that the Western society now is in the final stage of an empire. Empires are cyclical. No empire lasts forever. The future empire is not going to be America in the West. It's probably going to be China or somewhere else. And you're at the end of the empire, and you are lucky now that you get to live in a scenario where you get to be lazy and you don't have to work very hard. You couldn't do that 50 years ago, and you still couldn't do that now in most places in the world. But you're just in the right place at the right time to do fucking nothing. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Fine.
No. I'm being like genuine. Like you're 100% right. We're lucky to be in this, generation where we could dead ass play video games. So I haven't lived my childhood. My whole childhood is, streaming Fortnite and, the popularity that I got through streaming. So no, you're 100% right. I haven't built like discipline up by working a 9 to 5, by, doing all that stuff. And, that's something I probably should do. Cause like you said, like I need to build up my, experiences.
Well, yeah. You're lucky you have a bunch of money. So it'd be a waste of your time to go get a 9 to 5, even though you would learn a bunch in a 9 to 5 because it would teach you to respect the money. But you have a bunch of money. You can put yourself in difficult scenarios with your money. Become a UFC world champion. You have money and you have time. What's your problem? Go get a coach.
Because then I have to stop playing Fortnite. And Fortnite's my career.
Bro, you don't. If you played Fortnite 12 hours a day instead of 14 hours a day, I'm sure you'd be fine.
So you think if I trained 2 hours a day, I could become, you know, Jake Paul and just beat all boxers and be the best boxer in the world?
I think you'd become a better version of yourself than you are currently.
Yeah, you're right.
I think that even if you don't become world champion, you're going to learn a bunch on the way, which is going to be applicable to real life. I think you'd learn a lot about discipline and hard work and motivation and struggle. I think you'd still learn a whole bunch of things. This is what we were saying earlier about video games. Video games are only worthwhile if you manage to pull it off. They're binary. Other things are not. Even if you don't pull it off, you still learn things upon the way. And this is my point I'm making to you guys. I understand you have to play Fortnite. I understand you get paid to play Fortnite. Blah, blah, blah. I get that.
Yeah.
But to pretend you have zero other time in the day to test yourself, I do not agree to that. I think that's a lie. That's a fallacy.
Damn. That's
life-changing.
Yeah, no. You're speaking. What are your thoughts on Jake Paul?
He is a very dedicated young man who is working very, very hard to win his boxing matches.
Would you beat his ass?
I know I'd beat his ass. Now, I think he's very, very clever with his marketing when he comes along and says, I'm just a YouTuber, because he's not just a YouTuber. He's a young man who's dedicated with the best coaches in the world, with money, with time, just like you two, but he's not a little pussy. He's not playing fucking video games.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Listen. Jake Paul doesn't have to fight, right? He's doing it to test himself because he understands the masculine imperative to put yourself into the fire and come out forged. This is the point. He has money. He could just make fucking YouTube videos and do nothing. He's decided to fight, which I respect because it's a very difficult thing to do. He understands what he's doing. And it's very difficult. And he has the best coaches in the world, the best trainers in the world. He's putting it all on the line. His ego, his pride, everything in front of everybody. Yep. So he's a very dedicated person. He's not just a YouTuber. He is a boxer. And he's a competent boxer. So Jake Paul's actually someone that you two should both be looking up to. He's aspirational for you two. He was a YouTuber, had a bunch of money, could have just fucking carried on being a jackass. Instead, decided, you know what? If I'm going to be something of merit, I'm going to have to go through something difficult. So he put himself through something difficult, and he does it on purpose every single day. Yeah. So Jake Paul's a perfect role model for both of you.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Become a boxer.
Say again?
Let me ask you.
Do you think I should become?
No.
Shut the fuck up. Do you think I should become a boxer then?
I think you should train boxing.
Okay, I'll do that actually.
Here.
Right after the stream.
Yeah, we can definitely. Here, let me actually tell you something. Do you know who Speed is? I Show Speed. No. Okay, so he's like, he's a YouTube sensation. He's very, very big. Probably one of the biggest YouTubers right now doing it different. I got offered when I'm 18 to, my chat doesn't even know this, nobody knows. I got offered to box him right when I turned 18. Because we're both 17, we're both, way. And I'm gonna be honest, I was very, I low-key told, Keemstar, he offered me. And I low-key told him, dude, I don't know, he'd low-key beat my ass. Should I go back and, message him, because I still have 7 months before I turn 18.
Why are you so sure he'd beat your ass?
He's big.
You haven't even trained though. You don't know what your capabilities are.
Because, you want to be honest? I care what other people think. I asked all my friends and be like, bro, you get fucked up, bro. Don't even do that. You get embarrassed, bro. They would fuck you up. And I'm like, dude, fuck. And then it's just, fucks my, I'm already insecure about fighting because when I low-key got bullied when I was a little kid. So now when all my friends say that, I'm just all over the place.
Exactly. So you're just proving my point completely.
No.
Pressure, nervous, scared, completely understand that. However, if you were a man, you'd feel all those things and do it anyway. I'm not saying don't be afraid. I'm saying be afraid and do it anyway. It's different.
So I should do it for an experience.
Stop being a pussy, bro.
What's the worst that can happen? Who gives a shit? You lose.
I get fucking knocked out. I'm an embarrassment. All these people are on my dick saying you got fucked up by Speed.
Then don't lose.
Dude, if you want, I'll fight him for you, bro. I'll fuck him up.
Nah, I should. But if he's already bigger than me, he's gonna train with the best of the best. I'm also gonna be training with the best of the best.
Okay, so what's the problem?
I just need to get an ego. I just need to think I'm the shit. You're right.
No, it's not the ego. No, it's not about that. You can train harder than you believe he's training. Train as hard as you possibly can. Get in there, and whether you win or lose, you're still a winner in my eyes. It's not about winning and losing. You're still thinking of it in the paradigm. I need to win. I'm saying that you're worried too much about what's going to happen afterwards. I'm saying you'll learn everything you need to learn in the journey up into that ring. That's where you're going to learn most about life, whether you win or lose. Winning or losing isn't actually as important as going through it to get in there.
So how could I balance my career with this upcoming stuff that I could get myself into? Is there a way where I could still be winning tournaments, practicing, doing my hours, with all these contracts, and still train to become the best? You get what I'm saying here?
I can't sit here and pretend I know the ins and outs of professional video game playing, but I can also sit here as a professional and say that I don't believe that you have absolutely 0 minutes in the day. When I was training to become a world champion kickboxer, I had a normal job too, because I had to pay the bills, right? So I was working 10 hours a day in a job, and I was also training for 4 hours a day. It's all about dedication. It's all about whether you want it or not. If you're going to sit here and say, I don't have a single spare second in the day, literally, I have to play Fortnite while I piss, then if that's the truth, then that's the truth. But I don't know the ins and outs of your life. My point is, I'm sure if you were to go to Energy and say, look, I'm going to stream for 10 hours a day instead of 4 because I'm going to box this guy called Speed and I think it's going to be good for the team and I'll wear an Energy t-shirt, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure they'd probably get behind you because it's good for promotion and good for the brand.
Yeah.
You go to the gym and you could train and you could fight. Would you guarantee win? No. Because if you were guaranteed to win, it would take no bravery to do. If you're guaranteed to win, there's no bravery involved. The fact that it could go wrong is why it's a brave action in and of itself. And doing brave actions is going to teach you about yourself. If you're going to go through life and never take anything unless it's a guaranteed win, well, then you're going to have a difficult life. You're going to struggle with life. That's the reason you won't go up to a bitch, because you're scared she's going to say no. You only go up to a girl who guaranteed would say yes to you. That's why you're complaining that girls don't have game. You want girls to come up to you and say, I'm very interested in you. Please talk to me. It's never going to fucking happen. It's not real.
Look, he's spinning right now. I'm not going to lie. Nah, I just feel like a bitch.
Yeah, I low-key feel like a bitch.
Well, you got to stop caring about the win and the loss. And
I just can't give a fuck what people think. If I lose, I lose. You know what I'm saying? If I win, I win, right?
And the people who make fun of you for losing are people who'd never get in there themselves.
That is true. That's actually a really good point. That's a really good point.
So who gives a shit, right? You care too much about the opinions of others. And once again, this is about the new mental model and the way the world works. It's a brand new world we live in. At your age, I didn't know millions of people didn't know my life. Millions of people they didn't spy on what I did. Millions of people didn't comment on my things. Like I knew like 5 people I spoke to. You're really concerned about taking certain actions because the whole world can mock you. The whole world can make you a hero as well by inverse. So there is a positive aspect. But the fact is, this is a brand new mental model. This is all brand new. So, but yeah, you're going to have to just accept it. That's just the world you've made. That's the career you have. That's why you pay the bills. Congratulations. But that doesn't mean you can't go. You have to go through life now and take absolutely zero risk because you're scared of getting made fun of.
So, all right. No, you're right. So, fuck it. I fight him when I'm 18. I should tell him, yeah.
Yeah, you have to, bro. You have to. If you pussy out now.
All right, be honest. Top G, would you watch the fight?
I mean, I'm a busy man. I mean, maybe it'll be shit. Like it'll be 2 amateurs swinging. Maybe.
Would you root for me?
I mean, I'd love for you to win. Of course, I'd love for you to win. I mean, if you were to lose,
I know we just met, but you know, I do feel a connection.
Yeah, I'd love for you to win, but if I'm chilling, you know, in my house doing whatever, and someone walks in and says he just got knocked out cold, I'm going to be like, oh well, I'm not going to give a shit. So cool.
No,
welcome to the real world. Get up.
Yeah.
Wow. We'll go again.
All right. This is going to be another question that's a little bit off topic, but a lot of my chat wants to hear it because, you know, they're all, like I said, all teenagers that want to aspire to have a lot of money and etc. So how hard was it making your first million? Because you know what they say, like after you make your first million, you keep on going up. From experience as well, like making my first million was very, very difficult. And now it's just smooth sail because I already have everything set up. So how did you make your first million and what was stuff that, you know, boundaried you to actually go for it?
Yeah, making your first million is certainly the hardest, and making money after that is absolutely easier. That's true because you're usually onto a winning thing by then. Mm-hmm. Making money in the world of the internet is 100,000 times easier than it was before the internet.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question. Take the internet away. How do you get rich?
Nothing. If I'm going to be 100%, nothing.
I wouldn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, you wouldn't know what the fuck to do, right? You're going to need to start a business. And this is the thing about the old world, right? To start a business, you need to be good with people. You need to meet a bunch of people. You have to be confident, men and women. You need to look good, wear a suit. Now you need a building. That's expensive. You got to pay rent, pay taxes on that building. Now you got to get customers without the internet somehow. People got to turn up. Then you got to provide a service or a product at a better price than your competitors are. And then you only have a small margin. Then you have to pay taxes. Like before the internet, making money or becoming a millionaire was so difficult. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
And the internet has given massive opportunities, created a massive hole in the matrix where people who have nothing and started with nothing can become very, very rich. You're now rich from video games, right? I made a bunch of money, lots of different ways, but I also lived in the world before the internet. So I learned a bunch of real world skills and real world business skills that you needed before the internet existed. So the world was different back then. But I made my first $1 million with I had webcam girls. I had girls sitting on the internet talking to guys, and they worked for my business. I started a business. I got a big house. I got a bunch of hot women to sit there and talk on laptops to a bunch of Fortnite streamers and Twitch dorks, and they sent them all a bunch of money, and I made my first couple million with that. But
so how much money do you actually have? Because I feel like you're like, I don't want to be an asshole, like in the most respectful way possible. I feel like you're actually like kind of broke.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like you try to give off the impression that you have a lot of money, but like in reality, like you don't actually have that much money. Like I feel like Clix probably has more money than you.
So I don't know how much Clix gets paid. But why would you assume that I try and give off the impression I have lots of money, and what do I do that makes you think I am broke?
I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like you always try to like show your money and stuff like that, and I feel like you're actually like broke. Like, how much money do you actually have?
Well, that's a difficult question to answer, right? Because it depends if you're talking about liquid money or assets. It depends if you're talking about net worth. I own companies. How much is the company worth? It's not as simple as just how much money do you have. When you actually achieve true wealth, you don't just leave money sitting in a bank account. So it's a difficult question to answer. And I don't know how much money Clix has. I'll be honest with you. I don't follow this world. I don't have a fucking clue how much money you have. But the more you have, the worse, because then you really have no excuse to not be doing the things I'm saying. So if Clix wants to go first, I mean, how much money do you make for playing Fortnite?
We're talking yearly?
Yeah.
You know, a couple M's, but good money. You know what I'm saying? You know, I never say how much money I make a year, so it's like my chat thinks I'm broke as fuck. So when I say this, they're gonna think I have money.
You definitely do have money.
Yeah, all right, a couple M's a year. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah.
Cool. Well,
how many businesses do you have?
So I just finding it interesting that we talked earlier about perspicacity and how important it is to perceive things, right? Then he sits here and says he thinks I'm broke. Well, I have 27 cars with a combined value of over $25 million. I have a Bugatti Chiron, which is $5.8 million. I have a private plane. I have a boat. So you can look at things that are just
that's 100 mil. That's 100 mil off the bat.
Exactly. Those are things that are just on my Instagram page. Before you talk about my property.
Are those all yours?
Yeah, of course. Who else are they going to be?
Okay. No, like rental, etc. Like, you know, everyone has questions.
You can't rent cars in Romania. Like, there's no supercar rental. Okay. All of my cars have my custom number plate on them. I'm driving the same cars every day. You can't even rent a Bugatti Chiron anywhere in the world. There's only 50 in the world. I own one. Like, all these things are mine. So the fact to sit there that he has lacks perspicacity to a level where he's going to say to a guy who's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, I don't think you have any money, just shows that you don't even live in the real world, my friend. And I'm not
live in the real world.
Well, then you're not very perceptive.
I don't even know what that word means.
Okay, cool. Well, then you prove my point. And that's your problem, not mine. I don't give a shit, right? But my point is, yeah, I have some money. I'm successful, but I'm also 35 years old. I'm not going to sit here and compare myself to you two, because at your age, I had nothing. So at your age, you're both destroying me. I didn't have any money till I was 25, 26. I didn't have nothing. So you're ahead of me in terms of like for like comparison. But also when I was your age, the internet wasn't a thing. So all I could do was work in a fucking bullshit store. There's no way to make money, right? So it's not the exact same world. But to sit and say I'm kind of broke, I mean, that's up to you if you want to go along. If you had any, no, it's fine.
I didn't mean to disrespect
you. No, Mr. Andrew, I could tell you're rich. Like, I could tell you're very wealthy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It doesn't bother me at all. You have a lack of perception. If you were to pay a little bit more attention, you'd understand things. I don't know how much research you've done into me, but also I run a school that teaches 18 modern wealth creation methods. I have a school called Hustlers University on my website, cobratate.com. And that teaches people how to make money online specifically. And we do that specifically because the modern educational system doesn't teach anything that's valuable. So we've launched our own college to compete with traditional college. Because people always used to say to me, I don't want to go to college, it's a waste of time. I know that, but I don't know what else to do. So I created HU. So HU is $49 a month. We have over 100,000 students. So that's $5 million a month right there. So to sit here and say I have no money, it's just asinine. Okay. It shows you haven't done any research.
Going back to another question, if I were to buy your course or your college that you just basically said for $49.99 a month, am I going to benefit? Like what would I expect if I joined the district?
What is Hustlers University all about, and why did you start it?
So there's 18 modern wealth creation methods. You can go to cobratate.com, you can sign up, and you can learn everything about it from there. You're already making a bunch of money playing Fortnite. So you're already making a bunch of money online.
You know, Fortnite.
Whatever you're doing, you're making a bunch of money. Could you make more money using Hustlers University? Of course you could, because you can go in the different sections in there, and you have something. When you start the university, what we do is we have to understand your assets, right? So when you first join HU, there's a questionnaire, and it asks you, do you have a lot of money? Do you have a lot of time? Do you have a lot of influence? Do you have a lot of attention, etc.? And you have to answer all these questions for a good 20 minutes to try and build a profile of who you are and what your scenario is. So you currently have a lot of money, and you can turn your money into more money. You're low on time. You don't have much time, but that's fine, because you also have a lot of attention, a lot of influence. You can turn attention and influence into money. So with your money and with your attention, with your influence, easily, you could be making an extra $1 or $2 million a month, easily. Because you can talk to people. You can stand up in front of people and say, this is good, buy this. Or you can stand up in front of people and say, this is good, join this. You can do things, right? And also you have a whole bunch of money that if you knew how to cleverly multiply, if you knew how to invest significantly, then you could turn your money into more money. So there's a lot of ways you could make money in your scenario. Then there's people who have no money, no influence, but they have all the time in the world because they're nobodies, they're jackasses, right? Well, then we teach you how to turn time into money. So this is all inside of Hustles University. You can learn on cobratate.com. It all signs up. But the fact that, you know, we're only talking about this because we asked about my wealth.
Yeah, no, you're good. Go for it.
No, but we can continue to go into it deeper, right? So if I have 100,000 students at $49 a month, which is $5 million a month turnover, that is $60 million a year. And then the way you measure the value of a company is you put a multiplier on it. A tech company, an educational tech company, purely online, will probably get an 8 or a 9 times multiplier. So if you have a $60 million turnover company with an 8-time multiplier, I mean, you're looking at $500 million company that I own. So, and that's one of 7 companies. So this is why I'm saying it's very difficult when people come and say, how much money do you have? And you could easily do the paperwork to say I'm worth $1 billion. You can do the paperwork to say I'm only worth $250 million. It doesn't matter. The point is I can buy anything I want all the time. I have everything I want all of the time.
So what do you consider yourself spoiled as well?
No, I would not consider myself spoiled.
She works for it.
You're spoiled. I'm not spoiled.
Okay.
Bro, you are a bitch. What the fuck?
Okay, I'm not fucking spoiled. I play 14 hours of fucking Fortnite every single day. I have fucking hate. I have to deal with all the hate. I have to be able to rotate literally first fucking moving, 0 fucking math, get 70 fucking surge, actually get into the fucking zone, get a certain amount of points to get first in the tournament. When I get first in the tournament, my contract goes up. My contract goes up, the salary goes up, boom, better. If I don't do good, my money goes down. I lose more money.
You're wearing a Fortnite shirt.
You're spoiled because your children with more money than you should have, and you're earning it in the best possible way possible. That makes you spoiled.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying it's not difficult.
Yeah,
I'm saying that you're earning money in the way that everyone wishes they could earn money, and you're doing it at a very young age, and you're earning a lot of money. You are spoiled.
All right, that's low-key true. I'm not gonna
lie. No, I'm not gonna defend myself. You're right. I'll be honest.
You should defend yourself. I'm not gonna lie though.
No,
because I'm not letting anyone speak to me like that.
No. He's. I mean, I never worked a job.
You're even worse because at least he's richer than you, bro. You're doing the same shit, and you're a brokey.
I'm not a brokey. I probably have more money than you.
There's no way.
I'm just young. You give me time, I'm gonna get into boxing shit. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of some people, and then I'm gonna make my own Hustlers University. I'm gonna be a billionaire by the time I'm your age.
Oh, you're broke as fuck.
Billionaire.
I'm gonna have to do it.
Broke. I ain't gonna be broke.
That's why I put brokey here. This is brokey. It's to represent our friend here on the left. This is it.
Yo, personally, me, I'll not take that.
I ain't gonna let you speak to me like that. Andrew, be honest. Be completely honest.
I'm not gonna let you speak to me like that. I'm not gonna let you. Bro, listen. Clix would.
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Clix would fuck you up at
I would
Fortnite.
fuck you up. I would literally.
No one's fucking.
Nah, Andrew, you know what? He hasn't won a tournament. He hasn't won a tournament in 3 years. I won one yesterday. I won a tournament yesterday.
I don't give a fuck about
I'm not sure you're with Andrew. I'm not agreeing with Andrew. You're a fucking bitch. You didn't qualify for fucking FNC. You didn't qualify for FNC. Who's in grands? Who's in grands? Who's not?
Doesn't matter who's in grands. You're still a bitch, bro.
Clix would fuck you up at Fortnite, and he obviously that's why he gets paid more than you, and that's why you're a brokey.
Yep.
Just saying.
I'm not a brokey, bro. Stop calling me that.
Sorry, you're the brokey of the chat.
Thank you. No, you're right. Thank you. Someone had to agree with me. I just couldn't stand up for myself.
Andrew Tate, would you box me? Be completely honest. Like, do you think I would have a shot against you?
Take off the shirt. Take off the shirt.
Absolutely 0% chance. Oh my god.
Do you think I'd have a shot against you?
I'll tell you what would make a really good Twitch stream. You fly here. You fly here. Economy. Don't waste all your money.
Smart guy. Smart guy.
Listen. First of all, don't make those dumbass fucking remarks. I'm not a bitch. All right. I'm flying first fucking class. I might fly my private jet. Matter of fact. Continue.
Okay. If you want to fly first class, get an app. It's no problem. You can come here and we'll Twitch stream. You and I having a boxing match, and
I'll actually take you up on that offer. You give me like 2 months of training, take some steroids and shit. Game day, baby. Game day.
So what is it? It's Friday, the 22nd of July. So on the 22nd of August, when your ass doesn't turn up, can the internet never forgets, guys? So can everyone on the internet please screenshot this, screen record it, etc. Start reminding him in September because there's no fucking way he's coming to his ass.
I'll fucking be there. On my life, I'll be there.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm gonna have to agree with Andrew. You're dead.
No, I'm. The fuck?
No, like I know, like I know, I knew you for a long time.
22nd. I'm marked in my calendar. I'll be there.
All right, September 22nd, we'll box. I'm waiting for you.
September 20th. All right. So I gotta come to you.
Of course you do.
So you just got bitched.
I'm not. Listen, Clix, you're the biggest bitch here, bro.
He's richer than you though.
I'm richer.
Doesn't matter.
Stronger, more bitches, bitches, I should say. Okay, wait. This is actually a good girl. Okay, this is actually a question to get into. Andrew, do you know what e-sex is? E-kiss? So basically it's internet sex, and I'm actually involved with a cord that is mainly about e-girls, e-dating, e-sex, you kiss, you eat, and it's basically all about you join a Discord channel. That's the bed. It's basically an online Discord world where it's basically in real life. So I'm involved with that. Like I had e-sex multiple times. Like I didn't lose my virginity, but I lost my e-virginity. You get what I'm saying? So that's basically.
This is the guy who just made fun of me, Andrew. Can you fucking believe that?
Yeah.
Call him a bitch. Call him a bitch. Talk to him, Andrew. Let's go.
All right. I mean, I don't think losing your e-virginity is a real thing.
Well, yeah, maybe in your world, but our world, we all have e-sex.
Why?
I've had e-sex before.
Well, it's just because it's
a lot better than what you would think.
Yeah. Because why would I waste my energy to actually have sex with an actual girl, put in the effort to get her to my house, rather than you could join a room that's basically Clix's bed, continue do what I'm saying, just not use your physical energy. It's more a mental game, and that's how you practice.
Okay, and do you want to have e-sex forever, or do you want to have real sex?
No, I'll have real sex, but I'm just waiting until I'm 18.
Why?
Well, because
okay, let's say you're 18. What's gonna change? You're gonna start going up to girls. You're gonna stay a pussy.
I'm gonna start going up to girls.
Bro, if
you want me to get a girl on stream right now, I could get a girl on stream.
Get a girl on stream. Get a girl on stream.
1 second, guys.
Let's go. He's capping out of his ass. He's not getting any girls. He's capping out of his ass. All right, Andrew Tate, be completely honest. Do you think he's a bitch? Let's talk shit about him. Who do you think's more of a bitch, me or Clix?
It's hard to say, bro. It's kind of like it's a race to the bottom,
One second.
Race to the bottom. What does that mean?
I mean, it's just trying to choose. Imagine you're walking through the forest, and you're walking, and your boots accidentally kick up some mud, and you see 2 worms on the floor, and they're both slithering around on the floor. And someone said, which worm is a better worm than the other worm? And you're kind of looking at them both, just going.
Listen, I'm gonna erase that from my memory and pretend you didn't just call me a fucking worm. All right?
You are a worm.
No, motherfucker, you're not gonna talk to me like that. I'm just gonna erase that from my memory because when we box, I don't want to remember that. Otherwise, you're really gonna get hurt bad.
You are a worm, and there is 0% chance you arrive here on the 22nd of September.
But just watch it. Just watch it.
You are a worm.
I don't want you to get yourself hurt.
You, sir, are a worm. And as I kicked up the mud and I saw these 2 worms slithering around on the floor, and I was asked which worm is a better worm than the other worm, I was just very pertinently aware of how easily I could crush both. I could just step and just end both of their little insignificant lives. But I'm a kind lord. Instead, I decided to continue to walk. And maybe the 2 worms sat there talking worm language about e-dates and e-sex and all this worm shit that worms do. But it's not in my world. It's not in my understanding of how reality functions.
All right, wait, real quick. I don't know what combo you guys just had, but if I have a girl on here, could you actually help me?
He just called me a bitch.
She's a worm. Now that I think about it, you do look like a fucking worm.
He called you a fucking worm too, motherfucker.
Oh, he didn't.
Don't act like you're in the fucking clear.
Andrew just
tell
wouldn't talk.
what you just said.
He wouldn't talk to me like that.
He called you a worm.
He wouldn't talk to me like that. He wouldn't say that. He wouldn't talk to me like that.
Me and Clix are close. Once you get past a certain level of money,
I know for a fact you're not switching over. We
don't talk to the broke, dude. I'm gonna keep it real, Bucky. You need to.
Billionaires don't talk to each other like
billionaires
that.
don't talk to each other.
Money thing.
Yeah, it's
wow. I cannot believe this just got turned on me.
No, I'm just being honest. Like for real.
So where's this chick at?
Unbelievable.
She's wait. She's coming in 10 minutes. Is that good, Andrew?
Where's she from?
She's from. You know what New Jersey is?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. So
what's that supposed to mean?
Show.
All right, no. So she's basically a TikTok star. She'll pull up and she basically does TikTok and dances and stuff. And then she's one of my close friends. But I'm gonna be honest, I've been in the friend zone. So I'm like, yeah. She'll pull up and
said to her, "I want to sleep with you."
I never said that to a girl before.
Why?
So what is she gonna say?
Yes or no?
Should I ask her when she comes?
Fuck yeah. Don't waste your time, G.
That's good advice. But I know he's gonna pussy out.
No.
What are the chances he actually does that?
We're gonna sit there and be your friend for what? Just sit there and go, "Oh, it's okay, we're friends," and just waste you.
You don't think I could have a friend that's a girl?
Some other guy's gonna be fucking her, and you're gonna sit around just being her friend like a pussy. No, say, "Listen, I think you're beautiful. We should be together." And if she goes no, then say, "Cool." Then don't talk to her anymore. If she says yes, then get your dick wet. Easy. Both, either you save time or you get laid. What's the problem?
I have a question. Do you think guys and girls can be friends? Like
No.
just friends?
No.
Why not?
Because guys and girls being friends is basically just a bunch of worms who are too scared to tell the pussy they want to fuck her, sitting in the friend zone, doing bullshit for her without even getting any sex in return, being abused and used for their attention. And that's all the friend zone. That's all the male-female dynamic of friendship really is. The chick knows the guy likes her. She just fucking takes the attention for free because she doesn't give him no pussy out. And the guy's too scared to say anything about it. So that's why I have no female friends. There's girls who I sleep with. There's girls who I want to sleep with, who I'm getting to know. There's girls who know I want to sleep with them, who aren't interested, who don't talk to me. That's fine. I don't have any female friends, not a single fucking one. And Clix here is about to lose his female friend. He's either going to lose his friend or gain a girlfriend because we ain't playing no more games.
Okay, so if she, fuck, dude. Like, I know I'm actually tweaking the fuck out. If she, no, like, I'm like actually nervous as fuck. I'm like, it sounds cringe.